Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are looking at just one thing, a single data sheet for the NTI E-LLDC-50.
Right.
And our mission really is to figure out why this specific 50-foot cable has a price tag of $486.
Yeah, it's a steep price for what, it just looks like a coil of yellow rope.
Steep is an understatement. I can go on Amazon right now and buy a water leak sensor for, what, 20 bucks?
Mm-hmm.
So why should anyone pay nearly $500 for this? Is that industrial markup really justified?
Well, it really depends on what you're protecting. If it's your laundry room, sure, buy the $20 sensor.
Okay.
But this is the liquid location detection sensor cable. It's made for data centers, for industrial plants, telecom closets.
Critical stuff.
Exactly. And in those places, you aren't paying for the plastic, you're paying for precision and the absolute guarantee that it won't fail.
All right, sell me on the precision. How is this any better than a spot sensor that just beeps when it gets wet?
A standard spot sensor is binary. It just tells you there's water, yes or no. This cable, it's part of an addressable system. It can detect liquid at a depth greater than just 0.1 inches, so about 2.5 millimeters.
Wow, that's sensitive.
It is. But more importantly, it tells you exactly where along the cable the water is.
So instead of just a generic basement flood alert, I get something like leak at foot 12.
That's it, exactly. The system measures the change in resistance along the cable, and if you have 4,000 feet of this stuff snaked through some massive facility...
Which is the max length for the system, right? The E-LLDC.
That's the one, yeah. Finding that leak manually could take hours. This just tells you exactly which floor tile to pull up.
That makes the addressable part of the name really click. I also noticed the connectors on the spec sheet. It lists M12 4-pin connectors.
And that's a crucial detail. In consumer gear, waterproof might just mean a little rubber seal.
Yeah.
M12 is a serious industrial standard. These are screw locking connectors. You can't accidentally kick this thing loose or have it vibrate out of the socket.
So it maintains that IP68 waterproof rating even at the connection points.
Right. It's a solid, reliable connection.
The specs also mention it's flexible, with a bend radius of 0.375 inches. That seems pretty handy for weaving it around server racks.
It is.
But I saw a warning in the installation notes about needing to use clips.
Yeah, that's the catch. You can snake it tight, but you have to use their specific self-adhesive clips, the ECLP XXLD.
Why is that?
Because if you just lay it on the floor, it'll shift over time, just from vibrations, cleaning crews, anything.
And if the cable moves, your location data becomes useless.
Precisely. If that cable slides 3 feet to the left, your system reports a leak at foot 15, but you're looking at a dry pipe while the server right next to it is getting soaked.
So the insulation has to be rigid for the math to actually work. Got it.
Exactly.
The operating temperature looks pretty standard for Tech 32 to 167 Fahrenheit, but I stopped dead when I got to the reliability section.
The MTBF.
The meantime between failures.
Yeah.
The datasheet claims 10,869,188 hours. I ran the numbers because I thought it had to be a typo. It converts to over 1,200 years.
It's a staggering number, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
But in critical infrastructure, that's the gold standard. They're calculating the statistical probability of any component failure. What they're saying is, this cable is engineered to outlast the building you install it in.
It's just so weird to think about a piece of electronics lasting a millennium. We replace our phones every 3 years, if we're lucky.
And that's the whole difference between consumer goods and critical infrastructure. When you're protecting millions of dollars of hardware, you need a component that is, for all intents and purposes, functionally immortal relative to the system's lifespan.
So to circle back to that big price tag, you're paying $486 not really for the cable.
No, not at all. It's an insurance policy. You're paying for certainty.
A peace of mind.
Exactly. You pay the premium so that when a pipe bursts at 3 a.m. on a Sunday, you know about it instantly, and you know exactly where to run.
It makes you wonder, though. We accept planned obsolescence in almost everything we buy. What would the world actually look like? Our economy, our waste levels, if all our electronics were built with a 10 million hour mindset like this cable?
That is a fascinating thought. It would certainly change how we value our tools, everything.
Something to mull over. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Catch you next time.